guys, this is Siri from Siri Tutor Blogs. Today we are going to look into how to create a web application using Spring MVC architecture. Um, so we are going to look into this kind of interface, which is this one, which has a user registration, where we can um, fill out this form and click on the request now. So let's fill out the form, enter some password, enter some age, enter some phone number. Okay, and click on it, register. When we click on register, it redirects to this page, which is registration successful page, and it will give you all these details. Okay. um, and here we have another few more URLs that we will just check. um, I think, sorry, this is not it. User search Siri. So yeah, it is greater than 0. So we will give some default templates. No matter what the user is, it always gives you this. um, and yeah, that is pretty much it. Let's go into deep dive into how to develop this application. First, we are going to open a new project, and we are going to select web API, not API, sorry. It's a web-based application, so we are going to select this arch type and fill in all these details. And then let's get started. So I have already created one project here, um, and this is how it will look when you create a project. And um, that is just very straightforward how to create a project. And then let's create few folder structures here under the main. So under main, let's create a directory called Java. Java, and another directory com.demo. Okay, and then let's create four folder structure, four folders inside of this. Package dot config. Yeah, last time also it gave us the same problem. Let's open this. Open the Windows Explorer here. Let's create the folder structure here. Folder config. Let's create one more folder controller. um, and interceptor. Where is this? Rename. Interceptor and model. So as you all know, MVC stands for model view controller. So last application what we have developed is a console based application, the Spring Core. um, it does not have MVC, but now we are going to develop a MVC um, application, web application. So every request that user makes, every request the user makes, it first hits the controller. Inside the controller, it will find out the exact match what the call is being made, and from the controller, it it links a model there, and it says like model dot attribute will links the model. What is the exact model it is going to give the call, and it binds that model, and then internally it calls the servlet, the service method inside does calls and executes the business object and gets the response back to the controller, and controller will give back the response to the view, which is UI, and in our case we are dealing with GSPs. Okay, so that is what um, we are going to develop here. So we have created all these four modules. Let's go back here. We have this all four modules, and for the view, uh, we are going to delete this one. We don't need index. Instead, we are going to create another subfolder here, another director here, directory, views, and inside views we are going to create two files. One is user form dot .jsp, okay, and another one is success dot .jsp. Let's open success dot .jsp. Okay, all right. Now let's start developing our code. um, so as you all know, we'll start with initializers. So let's create a file here, a Java file, which let's name it as web initializer. Okay, initializer.java. So cancel. So what this web initializer does is it initializes the web.xml. Web initializer is nothing but it's a replacement of web.xml. So earlier in like 1 decade ago, there used to be web.xml files that after coming up Spring, it replaced web.xml, and we are using this web initializers here, which implements a web application initializer. So what this class is going to demonstrate is a programmatic this is a programmatic servlet configuration with no XML. In the previous example for the Spring Core demo also, we did not use any XML. So that is why Spring doesn't use any XML. So it configures everything without XML, and it sets up dispatch servlet and Spring Context Initializer. So this class is automatically detected by the Spring on startup, and it implements web application initializer. Okay. So let's implement web application initializer. I think it's not showing up anything. So the reason why it is not giving anything is because pom.xml needs dependencies. So for that, we need a few of the dependency. Let's go to pom, and then let's, so it has only this dependency JUnit. um did we have properties? Yes, we do, but we also need let's update this version for the properties. So these are the most recent versions, and we have added Spring version here. And then we don't need this JUnit dependency. Let's get rid of this. We need, as this is a Spring Web MVC, we are going to add this one dependency. And as this is this also needs servlet API, so we are going to include this dependency as well. Jakarta Servlet API, we have included Spring Web MVC, and then we need JSP calls. So for that we are going to add this one, Jakarta Servlet.jsp API, and JSP all have JSTL. So for that we have to add these two dependencies, the JSTL, JSP, JSTL API, and JSTL. And also we need bean validation, Hibernate validations. So for that bean validation, we need Hibernate validator dependency. So let's add that one as well. Okay. And we need expression language required by the Hibernate validator. We are going to validate some fields in the GSP. I will show you once we are done with the whole development process. I'll show you what is the validations we are going to do on the GSP page. So for that we need this Jakarta EL. That is going to validate each and every field. Okay. And then the last one is JSON for serialization for any kind of response body. Jackson for JSON serialization, we have to add that one as well. That is pretty much the dependencies we need as of now, but if we need any more dependencies we can add later. Before going ahead with the rest of the development process, let's see uh, if we need anything else. Um, so here we need a plugin, um, which is Maven compiler plugin. Let's put this in. Um, so let's put that plugin here. Okay. So what we are trying to do is this is a Maven compiler. It compiles the source code and even the target folder also. We are asking to take version 17. In the same way, after the application is all built, we need a war file. So for that, we need another plugin for the war file. Let's take that one as well. Let's get rid of the resource compile because we have already added the compile there. Yeah, it added. It will add by default. Let's plugins. Okay, plugin. We have added this war plugin as well. That is needed, and then we need to embed a tomcat for easy testing. Okay, we have to add that one as well. So we are going to add a tomcat and the port that it needs to execute, and then yeah, let's do this. So what we are doing here is we are embedding a tomcat for easy testing. So this is what we are going to use for our application to pick up. This is the name that we have given for our application to execute, and then this is the tomcat that we are using, that we have embedded, and this is the port that's it's going to call, that it's going to execute in the browser. And this one is for the debugging purpose. So if you want to run a web application in a debug mode, you can always run it. If you don't want to use it, you can comment it. Okay, and then we have these details where it's going to bundle it into a war file, and this war file we can deploy it on the cloud wherever we want. So this is pretty much, guys, about the pom.xml. We'll stop the session here, and in the next session we'll start working on the okay, let's see if this is getting so let's click on the Maven now, and we will say sync all, save all. Okay, now it got I think it reloaded here, but it needs some import statements, I think. Hold on one second. Add Maven dependencies. Yes, we did already. Oh, here the spelling is wrong, so we need to fix the spelling. It should be web initial web application initializer. Okay, import class. Okay, when we are implementing them, it has to have the that abstract class. Okay. Okay, we will stop here, guys, and in the next session, we are going to deep dive into web initializer, and we are going to create. Let's finish the folder structures so that in the next class we can directly start coding. We'll create a web config here, okay, where our beans are all defined here, and inside the controller we are going to have two classes. One is home controller dot java, and another one is user controller dot java, and inside the interceptor we'll create one more java class, which is logging interceptor java, and for the model we are going to create user. Okay, guys, um, and we have already created, so we have the folder structure, everything is arranged. We don't need web.xml anymore because Spring will internally calls web.xml. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. um yeah, so we'll stop this session here. We'll continue in the next session, deep diving all the um, all this web initializer configuration and controller, and I'll show you how this application is going to run. Thank you for now. Please share, subscribe, and like, and please leave the comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, please leave out. I'll get back to you with another session. And thank you and have a nice day. Bye.